Welcome and have a seat on your mat, on the floor, carpet, anywhere that you have some space. We'll start our practice seated. As you close your eyes, begin to focus in on your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Keeping this little quote, this little poem in mind through our practice today. As you continue to focus on that breath, coming grounded. Living in the present moment is the only way to tame the mind. For the mind throws us into turmoil, thinking of the past and worrying about the future. By noticing our breath, the inner sensations of the body, the light around us, the ground beneath our feet, we begin to find ourselves in the here and now. And so I ask that through this practice, be mindful of being present in the here and in the now. Using that breath to help clear away the clutter in the mind. Really feeling the breath cleanse the body. So we take a deep inhale together through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Letting fingers fall to the earth beside us. Drop the chin into the chest. As we roll our chin to the right shoulder, back through center, to the left, through center, to the right, center, to the left. One more time, each direction, continuing to breathe in and out. The next time that chin comes in tucked to the chest, we'll start to take our gaze to the center, lifting arms up to the center as well. Flipping the palms forward. Place the right palm on the earth as we lean our weight over to the right side. Left arm reaching up long out of that side body. Sits bones continuing to both stay planted there on the mat. Let that breath fill the side body. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And on your next inhale, just let that left hand fall down to the left side. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. So we rise our arms out to a T again, flipping those palms upward. Exhale as we let the left hand come to the left side, reaching over long with that right arm. Create that space to just breathe in and out. Taking an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Coming up to sit again. As your hand releases to the earth. We roll the shoulders up, forward, and down. Uncross the legs, uncross the feet. We're going to come to lay down on our mat. So as you lay down on the mat, invite the right knee into the chest, left leg staying stretched out long. And then we're taking that right leg up towards the ceiling, keeping a point into that toe, pull the belly muscles in. We're going to create a small circle, the outward direction, while you keep that tight core connection. Small circles, and then maybe start growing that circle a little bit bigger. Start loosening that hip joint up, taking that circle wider, coming through center to stop. Flex the foot, point the toes, flex, point, flex, and slowly lower the right leg down to the earth. As you bring the left knee into the chest. Hold on there just for a moment. Take your exhale, and on your inhale, point the left toe up towards the ceiling. Again, find that engagement with the core. Create that small circle as you take the leg out, and then back in. Starting small with these circles, keep keeping that core engaged, and then growing up a little bit larger. What you can, what feels comfortable. Maybe hearing some creaks or some cracks in that hip joint. One more each direction. Stopping through center as you flex the foot, point, flex, point, flex, and slowly lower it down. Bringing the right knee into the chest again. We're also going to bring the left foot in. Plant the left foot there on the mat, and then taking the right ankle on top of the left knee to come into a piriformis stretch. Now this could be an option to just stay here if you feel enough opening. If you want to intensify that stretch, take the hands behind to invite that knee in closer to the chest. As you breathe, letting all the tightness that you might be feeling in the glutes and the hip begin to release out. Breathing in, breathing out. Placing that left foot on the earth, right foot comes to join. So we just switch legs. The left ankle comes to the top of the right knee. Staying here or inviting it in closer. Using that breath. Send the breath to those tight areas that you might be feeling this. In through the nose, out through the nose. Mind beginning to quiet with that breath. You release the right foot down to the earth. Both feet planted on the earth. Take the arms out to a T. And then just let the hips and the knees windshield wiper from side to side for a moment while the upper body stays still. Back and forth. Next time the knees come through center, we're going to stop there. As your arms reach up overhead, stretch the legs out long now as well. We're going to pull the upper body up off the mat using that core to sit up nice and tall, keeping toes flexed in towards your face. Reach arms up towards the ceiling and lean out past, reaching past the toes. Restack the arms up high. Start C-curving that spine to lean back onto the mat. Reach arms overhead. Inhale, stack and rise the upper body. Exhale, lean out past the feet. Inhale, stack to rise. Exhale, laying it back. Taking your time, using the muscles as we inhale to reach up. Exhale, staying here in this forward fold. Arms by your side, on shins, on toes, wherever feels good for you. Putting a soft bend in your knees if you wish to invite the chest closer down. Taking time again to breathe, to settle. Then coming on to hands and knees into our tabletop position. Going through some rounds of cat and cow. Drop the belly as you take the gaze towards the ceiling for cow. Exhale, pull the belly in, around the spine for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, when you come through a neutral spine, we're going to come down onto our forearms, taking some pressure off of the wrist there. And we're going to pick up the right knee off of the mat. Toes flex down towards the earth. We're going to swing that knee up and start kicking towards the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping that bend in straighten that knee. We're going to cross the knee over, tap it down. Inhale, lift it back through center. Exhale, tap over. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Straighten that leg out nice and long. Coming up onto your hands. Toes flex down towards the earth. The left arm can lift as well, finding that balancing pose of sunbird. Keeping the gaze down there at the earth. We're going to plant that right hand to the earth and open the hips out to the side. So this left leg is going to go behind. You're now coming on the short edge of your mat, opening the body up wide. Hand can stay risen, that right hand, or you can take it down to the hip. We're going to do some toe taps here again. Inhale, lift that right leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. And release. Stretch that arm all the way over. Feel that stretch in the side body, all that space that you're creating, and release it down. So coming back into our tabletop position to repeat that process on the opposite side. We'll lift that left knee to hover above the earth, flex the toes down, and we begin with our pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then taking it over, crossing it behind to tap. Inhale up. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. So that leg come back through center. Straighten it out long. Taking the right arm out as well. Finding that balance in your sunbird pose. Belly pulled in towards the spine, flat spine. Take the hand, release it to the earth, swing the hips forward. Take that right leg behind, left arm in the air or placed onto the hip. Let's begin those leg lifts for 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. Laying that leg on the earth, stretching long through that left arm. Deep inhale, big exhale. Coming onto the center of the mat, back into that tabletop position. We'll send the bottom back as if we were going to sit on those heels. Lift those knees to hover above the earth. Straighten those legs to come into your down dog. Pedaling out the feet. One heel rising while the other lowers. Getting comfortable with this sense of being upside down. Coming back down onto our hands and our knees. Pull the right foot in between the hands. We'll bob those hips back and forth, up and down. As we send that weight forward, staying there. Rise and reach those arms to frame around the ears. Feel that deep stretch in the hip flexor. Option to add on here if you wish. Put the toes of the back foot into the earth. Straighten that back leg. As hands release and frame the foot, drop back onto that knee. Send hips back. Feel that stretch there in the hamstring. Being patient in this stretch that might feel slightly tight, slightly uncomfortable. Come back through your center weight as you drop your knees in line with one another. We'll take a cat and a cow. Exhale through cow. Inhale through cat. Exhale, neutral spine. The left foot coming in in between the hands. Again, bobbing hips forward and back. And that next time as you come forward, reaching arms, frame around the ear, roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. You reach up long. Add on if you wish by pushing those back toes into the earth, straighten that leg. Crescent lunge. Feeling strong and powerful. Release hands to frame to the earth. Drop down that back knee if you haven't already. Send your hips back. Stretch into that hamstring on the opposite side. Head can bow forward. Shake it, no, side to side. And sending the weight through center to bring the knees in line with one another. We'll come back into our downward facing dog. So shifting the hips back and then straightening those legs. Coming to a spot where you feel steady, feel straight. Heels might be high, they might be to the earth. Wherever they're at, that's okay and that's right for you. Walking the hands back to meet the feet to come into your forward fold. Sway side to side. And then take that stance wide. Feet maybe off the edges of the mat. We're going to let the left hand come into the center. Be on the earth, maybe a block or something for there, support if you have it. Reaching the right arm up nice and high. Release that right hand, place it where the left was as you twist open to the left side. Releasing that left hand down to center. Put a bend into your knees as you send the hips back, bringing elbows into knees, Buddha squat, Halasana. Hands place on the earth in front of you to send those hips back up high again, and then slowly unroll the body all the way up to stand. Reach arms up overhead, intertwine all but thumb and index, as you hinge forward at those hips, strengthening, lengthening the upper body out. And then letting those hands come to center again. Soft bend in the knees as you roll again all the way up to stand. Hands come down by your side and into your heart center. So we're going to go into some pyramid poses from side to side, making it a bit of a flow by adding in our goddess pose as well. So first thing, we're going to send the left toes pointing over to the left side, right toes are pointing out forward. So you have an opening here through the hips, taking arms out, long position. You're going to jut the upper body out, reaching out forward in front of you, sending that right hip back far, then lower. You release the upper body down, right hand maybe on chin, on the floor in front of you. You want to feel an opening from palm to palm, chest shining forward. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, rise the upper body up. Toes are going to swing in the opposite direction now. So the right toes pointing out to the right, left toes pointing center onward. Again, shoulders back and down, arms opened out wide. Start leaning out forward with the upper body. Exhale to release it down towards the earth. Stopping at a spot that's good for you. Inhale, and on the exhale, rise the upper body up. Now both toes are going to be pointing forward on as we come into our goddess squat. So arms are still out by our side, out at a T. As we put a bend into the knees as if we were sinking down. Bend at those elbows. We're going to do some ab work here, some crab abs. So we crunch elbow to knee and stand up on our exhale. Inhale, crunch. Exhale up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to rise, reach arms up overhead. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, lean out forward. Dragging fingertips along the earth. And then all the way up to stand. Arms reach up overhead. When those arms reach up overhead, we swing the left toes over towards the left side. Right toes stay center on. Drop arms into a T. Upper body leaning out. Exhale, release, sit down. We're going to stay here for 2 breaths this time. Breathing in, breathing out. Noticing not just the opening in your chest, but the openness through the hips. On your next exhale, rise the upper body. Swing toes to the opposite direction. Hinge out forward. Release down on the exhale. Breathing here. In through the nose and out through the nose. On the next exhale, rise the body up. Toes come through center. Arms reach up overhead as we start sinking down into our goddess squat. Bending at the elbows, bending at the knees. Crunching from side to side. You're going to add on a little bit here. So as the upper body comes back through center, we lift the left heel, release it down. Right heel, release it down. Challenge, see if we can go for both. Release them down. Reach up high. Exhale, hinge out forward. Fingertips dragging the earth. As we rise all the way up to stand. Inhale. Exhale, coming into our pyramid pose again on the left side. Lean the upper body out. Inhale. Exhale. Rise that upper body. Shift toes the other way. Come into your pyramid pose on the opposite side. Inhale. Exhale. Rise the upper body. Toes forward, chest forward, coming into our goddess squat. We're going to hold this goddess squat as our hands come into our heart center. Think about sinking hips down farther. Open those knees out wide. On the next inhale, reach up. Fold out forward. Rise the body all the way up to stand. Bringing our stance closer together to come into our balancing poses. We're going to be going from tree pose to tree pose into warrior 3, making a flow out of that bit. So starting first into our tree, baby tree, medium tree, high tree. Whatever is good for you. Maybe even using a wall close by or something to hold on to help support that balance. As we grow those tree branches up high, we're going to swing the knee through center, and then the back leg goes out back long, staying lifted from the earth as we hinge out forward with the upper body, finding a balance. Option to tap that back foot down. We're going to bring it back through into our tree. So that will be our flow. We're going to go through that 3 times. So shake it out for just a moment as we prepare and get ready for this challenging flow. Trusting in yourself that you can try this, you can do it. With that left leg as our base, we bring our right foot to our tree, wherever that may be. Reaching hands to your heart and up overhead. Inhale, exhale out, warrior 3. Inhale to tree. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale and exhale. Release the foot behind, release the arms, and shake it out. You did it. Beautiful. We'll go through the opposite side. Right leg acting as that base, holding us steady and strong. Find your tree with the left foot. Focusing on the floor or the wall in front of you. Taking hands to your heart. Reaching up overhead. You bring that knee through center. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, tree. Sometimes trees fall, that's okay. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale to tree. Exhale, warrior 3. One more. Inhale. And exhale. As you release the toes and the arms back down by your side. One more big opening for the side body. Take the right foot, cross it over the left, staying up on those toes. The left arm is going to reach over to the right side. Imagine if there was a wall on either side of you. You would flex those palms and push in between those walls. Releasing, coming back up to stand. Cross the left foot over. Reach long with that right arm. Again, pushing in between those walls. Release to come back up. A little bit of shoulder work here. We're going to take the right hand out in front of us. Our gaze, our focus is going to be on that pinky. So as you take the arm up overhead, when the arm gets to the top, we'll flip the palm to face outward. Follow that gaze. You take it behind, back through center. Up to flip the palm. Nice and slow, taking your time. Letting those shoulder joints get their work in. As we go with the opposite way. Inhale, lifting up the left arm, flipping the palm outward, and taking it behind. Going at your pace, but taking your time. Going slow. Imagine the arms going through water, creating a little wave. And as you come back through center, we take a flow to make our way to the earth. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. Drop to knees or stay in this high plank. Lower the chest to the earth. Rolling the shoulders back to lift chest through Sphinx. Straighten arms for Cobra. Or lift the hips up for Upward Dog. Wherever you're at, we're going to plant those toes into the earth to send those hips up high, in, our downward dog. From this downward dog, we'll walk the feet up to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Reach arms up overhead. And then taking them down by our side to help support as we make our way to the earth. With the right leg stretched out long, we'll take the left foot and cross it over the knee. Pulling the knee closer into the chest. Wrap it up with that right arm as the left arm twists behind, resting on the earth or wrapping in to that front hip. Feel this openness through the chest that you're creating. Uncross as you come back through center. Switching the legs. Left leg out long, right foot crossed over the left knee. We'll wrap that knee up with the left arm so the right arm goes behind, planted on the earth, or wrapping into that front hip. Continue to breathe. Uncross, come back through center. Put the bottom of the feet together. You let the knees bob up and down. Final bit of movement into those hips. Finding stillness as you walk the feet out a little farther in front. Take the hands under the calves, tucking yourself in gently. Push elbows into knees. Feel that stretch up on the top of the back, head falling heavy. Releasing yourself to come out of that. Take our arms out in front with the feet planted on the earth. Just curve the spine. Slowly take it down to the mat. Taking hands underneath of the bottom to use as support for the lower back, or if you have a block you'd like to put under your back, just a little bit of core work with the legs up towards the ceiling. Options to lower one leg at a time and bring the other one up. Option to straighten both legs down and bring them up. Just flowing through this a little bit, keeping that core pulled in nice and tight. Having a strong core helps the whole body with balance to stay stable. The core is where all the balance comes from. One more. Release the feet. Come off of the hands. Put the knees together to touch as the feet go out wide. Happy back position for a moment. Let both knees fall over to the left side. Shoulders connected down to the earth. Mind and breath beginning to slow. Bringing knees through center and over to the right. Coming through center, stretch the legs out long. Letting the feet fall out, arms down by your side, palms flipped up. Maybe placing a hand on your heart and the other hand on your belly. And the connection of the breath through the whole body as you prepare for Shavasana. Rest and relaxation. Breathing in, breathing out. focused on the here, the now, letting everything else be at a wait time. Wiggling fingers and toes, rolling ankles and wrists, knees into chest, gently sway side to side, rolling off onto one side, peaceful. Another moment to rest and relax. Coming up to a seated position when you're ready. Noticing the lightness that you feel around you, peace that you helped create for yourself and in your space. You rise your arms up,